remember one time many years ago, I was in school. It was about middle school, seventh grade, and I was playing in my hair, and my history teacher was handing out papers, and she comes up to me and she's like, as she's handing out the paper to me, she says, "You know you still black, right? You know you still black, right?" As I'm playing in my hair, just bored, head on the desk, touching my hair. I'm not really thinking anything about it. I'm assuming from her perspective, she's seen me playing in my looser texture hair and decided to let me know that I'm still black. And I said, "Yeah, I know." I didn't really think I was letting on to think that I wasn't. I didn't see myself as not. But from that day, that was one of the first days I really started to experience being multiracial or presenting as racially ambiguous. She didn't know anything about me to even make that statement. She just perceives me a certain way. As I've gotten older, I have been getting my race questioned more and more. And I think as even I've gotten older, I've started to appear more racially ambiguous. I don't know why. That might have to do with growing into one's features. It's just something I've been observing. And like I say, this is Miles of the Matrix. I'm just talking about my perspective at the world. Something I've noticed is the separation of me from my blackness. It's not the same as how it used to be. Like, I spend so much time assimilating into American black culture, and now I'm being told, well, actually, Miles, you're not black. This is what black really is. The foundational black American. Shout out to the foundational black American. I've definitely understand where you're coming from and what you're saying when you say that term FBA, and I am full support in people being what they are and what they want to be and calling it whatever it is, and I totally get that. And I am not, the black in me is not foundational black American, so I totally, get that. I've just been coming to terms with it, you know. You have white people, they're gathering together and saying, you know, they're a group and they're moving as one and they need to do what they need to do. And you have black people, foundational black Americans, ever since reparations started to become a conversation about who's really getting reparations, that's when I noticed the separation. Like, who's really getting this money? Who's really getting this payment? Well, it's not going to be people like me. So that's who. It's going to be people whose lineage they can trace back to Africa, who came to America and were slaves in America, which makes perfect logical sense to me if we're talking about reparations. And okay, cool. It's just that with this conversation, I've noticed so much separation. It's like, well, you're not black like this, Miles. Whereas back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I'm here trying to assimilate into American black culture. I'm here learning to love American black culture. And like I say, it's about my perspective and on this channel, and it's just, it hurts my feelings hearing now like, well, actually, Miles, you're not black. And you're not black American. And there's a conversation of, well, black is actually black American. You're whatever you are. You're this, you're that, you're foreign, you're African, you're Jamaican, you're Haitian, whatever foreign black you are, but you're not black. It's kind of like what Tyler said. She identifies as colored. It's gotten so convoluted now. It's really confusing and weird. I have grown up and I've always, no matter what I've been mixed with, I've never like go around and say, oh, I'm mixed with this, yada yada. I've always just said, I'm black. Because I've always been taught that's how the world sees me, that's what you are. Now I notice I'm also being asked all the time, what am I mixed with? Are you mixed? What are you mixed with? They don't ask anymore. They don't just say or just let me be black anymore. Now it's like, oh, what are you mixed with? What are you mixed with? And in a way, I think I was always asked that, but not so much growing up. I was more so asked that as an adult now these days. I've been an adult for like, I'm 30 now, so I've been an adult for that long now. And I get asked, what am I mixed with now more than ever? I think it's a sign of the times mixed with my features changing as I've gotten older, mixed with the reparations conversations which is a sign of the times. And in a way, I'm glad it's happening because you're right. Why are we having this one drop rule where just because you have one drop in you means you're black or you're black like this? In reality, I guess we don't all black the same. I just, it kind of does hurt or I feel a type of way, and I'm allowed to have my feelings. Doesn't mean I don't support people getting what they want or reparations or the separations. I support it. It's just from my perspective, it's like, dang, as a young person growing up, being a proud American and stuff like that, I assimilated into American culture best I can. And now to be told, well, yo, you're not black. Like, people just casually say that now. I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not white either. I'm mixed. I get that. That's great. I'm racially ambiguous. That's fine. I can identify with that. It's just an experience I've been experiencing. And here on Earth, we're having these experiences, and Earth is a classroom, they say. And I'm here digesting this lesson of identifying one way and then being told by the group, well, actually, we've come to the consensus that you actually are not that. You're just this racially ambiguous or mixed or whatever. And yeah. So you won't be getting any reparations, by the way. That's fine. I don't need any reparations. I hopefully it stimulates the economy for everybody. I don't need it. It's fine. Hope you get it. Good for y'all. Happy for you. It's just an experience I've been experiencing where people are telling me, you're not black. What are you mixed with? And honestly, that's annoying too. Like, I'm tired of being asked, what am I mixed with? I've always identified as a black person. In America, we call it black, you know what I mean? But now I'm finding out that, well, I'm actually not that. I'm finding that out from the group. And that's fine. It's just weird. I bring up the middle school example of my teacher telling me, you're black, right? To just show you, well, this is what I was told. She helped, and other black people help indoctrinate me into blackness. So that's how I identify. And now I'm being told, well, actually, you're not that. You're a tether, or maybe I don't get called that, but some people do. And you're just kind of like hitching a ride. And I get it. I get where the FBA people are coming from because they have been disrespected and told they have no culture, which I've never agreed with. Uh, a lot of people say that, but the thing about culture is always happening. Just because you're from whatever country you're from doesn't mean you're the one with all the culture. Maybe they don't have the same cultures they had in the mainland way back generations ago, but they've created new cultures and now that's the culture. So I'm fully well versed in all the conversations, all the topics. This is just me dealing with my own feelings of this. And when people ask me, oh, where are you from? I was just saying, oh yeah, I'm from Florida, I'm black. Oh no, but what are you really mixed with? Like, what's really going on here? It's like, oh God, here we go. I'm just experiencing the separation. Another separation on earth to separate me further, to separate us further from each other. In reality, we're just souls in a body. But I get it. We need these words to help explain things.